Old. I don't like things.
Should we go on to patrons?
Patrons.
Patreons. How are we doing?
It's the big boys.
It is the big
It's
boys.
the big boys. All right, big boys.
Trevor's upped his donation. I told you, didn't I? I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
A bigger boy.
Yeah, so we get...
How big are we talking? It was okay to talk about in front of Trev.
I'm not sure. I think they give $9 each now a month. Or Mollet might give 8, Trev might give 10. I can't remember. But we get $18. Oh no, I think I might give slightly more, but it's all patron takes a certain amount. It's all very weird. They take a small percentage.
Yeah, they take a percentage.
They make money, don't they?
Maybe, yeah.
Trev,
And the percentage they take is very small.
Trevor Trev, if you want to send me a Tank Wars t-shirt, I will promote the game on my Twitter.
Which is down to 30 now. It went up to 31, didn't it?
And it went down. Who left? Did you find out?
No, I can't be asked.
He was on Twitter
I've
going,
given up.
I fucking hate Twitter.
Yeah.
But you bitch about it like you try really hard. You never tweet.
You don't post anything.
It's hard. It's so hard.
How is it hard?
Because I never want to tweet about anything. I have been wanting to do this one tweet for like 3 days, but I always forget to do it.
Oh my god.
It's just so difficult to tweet.
It's very hard.
All
to
those
tweet.
characters that I'm restricted
Yeah.
The action of tweeting is easy. The need to, or want to tweet is just
I don't
not
think
there.
tweeting's ever a need.
No.
Well, it must be for some people.
I don't think you need to.
I don't know how anyone tweets about anything. Nothing I have to say is worth
It's,
anyone else.
there's a couple of
That's why we're on the podcast.
there's a couple of people I follow who I've recently unfollowed because the reason I prefer
You!
the reason I prefer Twitter over Facebook is you don't like Facebook. You get people going on there and all the political stuff, or you get people who like worst day ever. Drove my car into a lamppost and then got a hole in my tights, and I'm like, I don't need to know about this. Like,
See, I don't mind
this
the ones
isn't
who
a
say
diary.
drove into a lamppost. It's the ones who go, hole in my tights, worst day ever.
That's
Like,
it.
you've got to fucking work your
So-
priorities
Honestly,
out
you
there.
On-
do the classic
on
like,
Twitter-
shit day, feeling really down.
Please,
Oh, God.
you know,
Fuck off.
So that's why
Yeah.
now you can do emojis to them. You do like a laughing emoji.
Have you seen the upvotes and downvotes to,
Yeah.
to Facebook comments?
Yeah.
Like,
Have
what
they
the fuck's
really?
that? Yeah. They still have the likes, but they have
So I used to
upvotes and
love
downvotes
when
now
it
already.
says is now not in a relationship anymore with. Always like that shit.
Of course you do.
Always puts doubt into people's minds. So it goes,
Oh, what? Whether it was you, your
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
Oh, you're-
so
you're
always
involved,
puts doubt
yeah.
into it. So
Yeah, I
they,
like that.
I always used to do that. Always been a weird person. Like,
See, I always think that's just people who don't really like, who, you know, when it's like bad news and you like it, but it's
No-
like
no
a show
news
of
is bad
support and not like a, this is great, this has happened to you. It's more like a, I'm here for you, nudge.
Oh, is that what people think? Because I'm always
some,
like, woohoo!
some
man.
people think that.
Oh.
And it's very confusing. Facebook's crap as well. But
Yeah, I don't like
I have
Facebook.
Facebook only for Messenger, really. 'cause
and
I've got all the
Facebook
friends.
is the reason now why I'm getting probably 5 emails a day about this fucking data protection shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh
they're in
my
touch with me all the time.
God, it's
Constantly.
like click on this button to activate. Oh,
No, God.
Yeah.
God.
Twitter did it twice for me. I've had it twice from Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got 2 accounts.
Yeah, he's got a secret account with
I've
20,000
No, I've
followers.
actually got 30 other accounts.
How's the week been?
Yeah, it's
Alright.
been going. It's the
boring.
last week. I'm on half term now, so
Oh, you alright?
holiday time for me.
A little applause there for you.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Why-
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. Going to spend.
Sorry, you're on half term as well then.
No,
he
we
works
don't.
at a private school now.
We don't really
They
have.
don't have half term.
Well, no,
No,
it's-
they get fecking huge summer holidays.
So
okay,
we have Tuesday off, and that's it. So we have like a long weekend, like Sunday, Monday, because it's so Saturday, Sunday, Monday's bank
bank
holiday,
holiday.
Yeah.
then Tuesday, and then we go back. But we break up on the 28th of June, and these guys break up like the 19th of July.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
So yeah.
Wow, fuck private schools.
So
No, go private
I'd
schools.
rather have the longer summer.
Because I don't work there.
Oh,
Yeah, the food's getting better now actually
I
because
apologise,
Food's getting
guys, I'm
better.
very
because it's the roading takeovers coming in.
oh,
Because
okay.
it's partnership, so it's not really a takeover. But to give context to Brian and Trev, the school I work at, Moore House, was in a little bit of financial issues about 2 years ago because apparently some old head they brought like a fucking Mercedes saloon school car
Yeah.
for like 75 grand. Doesn't ever get used.
Didn't he
fuck.
pay to send himself to like Indonesia or something. Like
So
him and his family to Indonesia.
So he was like, it was like apparently he was going out there to look at a site to kind of link up with the school and do like a pen pal thingy.
Yeah, sure.
So he basically ran the school into the ground money, got sacked, understandably.
Yeah.
The new principal come in, and I think a lot of people don't realise that she hasn't had any money to do anything with. She's not been able to do all these nice things because she's got no money.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, things used to be different, it's her fault. And I'm like, I don't even know her that well, or the school that well. It's the same as like, I've always put into football or sport context because it makes it easier for my simple brain to understand. It's like a new manager goes into a club that's struggling. There isn't money there. They have to work with the resources they've got. Like, that is what it is. Sam Allardyce, brilliant at doing that. That's what she's done. She's come in, she's been a Sam Allardyce. He's more attractive, it says a lot. And done a really hard job, but done it pretty well. Yeah. And now Rodine have brought into it. Rodine, again for context, are a very successful. The Royals go there, down just outside Seaford. Like, not the Royals, but ancestries of the Royals go there.
We're all related somewhere, guys.
I'm not related to either of you two.
Yes, you are, buddy.
No,
that's genetics.
I'm from the moon.
Oh.
But now this money's coming in. Like, we went down to the dining room the other day, and it's all got this nice mahogany tables with these big chairs rather than these school canteen lunch thingies. There's a new stop and go bar, so if you're in a rush and you can't get lunch, don't worry, just go to a stop and go bar.
Just stop and go.
You get yourself a sandwich of your choice. You get them. You say to them, "Oh, can I get a sandwich, please?" While you go off and get your drink, they'll make you a sandwich. They have fresh cut meats on the day. Like today, I got
it's like a Subway.
Cheese. Yeah, like cheese, ham.
A little bit posh today.
Cheese, ham, mustard.
What's posh on the Subway?
But then I was like, oh, it's tea.
There's no sneeze guard in front of it because people don't sneeze because they're they use a handkerchief. Achoo!
And then but the food's getting like the fish used to be fish fingers and chips. Yeah. Oh no, now it's good chunky plaice or cod, your choice. Put your order in the morning. Yeah, that's. I despise this. I don't reply to emails when it's like
I want it.
This kid urgent email for this kid. I'm like, oh, I'll sort that later. And then it goes, food order fish, fucking place. Putting that in straight away. Like, you gotta get your priorities right. God, it's about workflow management here. But no, so since the takeover's coming in, it's it's. And then obviously now I'm a senior there now in terms of I'm head of pyramid.
Oh. He hasn't started yet though.
I'm actually classed as management.
Why? How?
Because private schools don't really give a shit. They'll let anyone do it.
So, yeah. That's it.
Just think about what a nightmare that must be to work there under Lewis.
You know, no one's under me apart from the kids. But it's true. No staff members are under me. I don't have a team working for me. I'm effectively in charge of all the forms that are linked to that house pyramid. I have to make sure that their activities are planned. I don't actually.
As he said,
I'm not in charge of them. I am a red coat. Yeah, I'm like, when you send that person in that really wants to show the school off, fluff it. The fluffer of private schools. That's me. No.
Hey, no, you want to be a fluffer, mate? You go for it.
That's my dream.
Your dream is to be a fluffer.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's just leave it.
Hey, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go back to Trev's t-shirt. You can't have one. We paid for ours.
I don't have any money, Trev.
And I still haven't
got
got
money
mine.
to support you. I've got.
Where's yours?
Has Brian got his?
I don't know. I haven't heard if Brian
I've got mine.
yet.
I doubt Brian's got his.
I got mine really quick.
I don't. No, they did. They come in on the comment and then they didn't reply after that. But mine's not arrived either yet. So Brian, if you got yours, let me know because I've still not received mine yet.
Brian, if you've got yours, send it to me and I'll promote you on my Twitter.
Why would he do that?
Doesn't make any
And you'll promote him on your Twitter.
Yeah.
So he'll see it.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much the only one because
And
the other
he'll be
people
like, he'll like it.
He'll be like,
yeah.
Alright, yeah. He'll just be like, yeah, Brian's alright.
Oh, now he's all right after you wanted to take him out and fight him
I
last time.
started fighting.
Oh, okay. But in his Tank Wars t-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll fight him for the Tank Wars t-shirt.
Got to arrange this.
without spoilers, because we chat about it now quickly. You saw Star Wars, didn't you?
I did see Star Wars.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen
Yay, nay? I saw your tweet and it was like...
I expect.
Your tweet was like, 1 minute I was like, oh, he really likes this. And then I read on and was like, he doesn't really like this. And then it finished and I was like, I'm so confused. I don't know what he thinks to this film.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It literally, the first line says it. It's okay.
Okay.
It shouldn't have been a Han Solo movie.
Who cares
It should
about Han Solo?
have just been maybe a smugglers movie or a, just name someone else, or even better, a Lando movie.
Do they do anything to do with the dragon race in it?
The Dragon Race.
Yeah.
So just the way you said that.
What are you talking about?
The dragon race.
Do you mean the whole?
You talking the Kessel Run? You talking the Kessel Run?
Yeah, the dragon race.
Why?
Why are you calling it the Dragon Race?
Because the comic book series I read was all about the dragon race part of it. And it was between him and this one other person.
Oh, is this a Legends thing?
Yeah, no, the Kessel Run, which isn't dragons,
So,
is done with ships, and it's done in parsecs, which is the distance, and you've got to go as close as you can in. Yes, it does actually
what,
do.
a race?
Yeah, but it's a distance, so it's who can do it in the shortest distance.
I always thought the Kessel Run was like a smuggler's run. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a secret way.
Yeah,
no,
basically-
this is
basically
different.
it is.
I'll dig the comment out. It's definitely dragon something. And it's
Yeah,
it's
no,
nothing
there's
to-
no dragons.
It's a race.
So
It's
you
like
can get off your dragon shit.
It's
no,
not
it's
dragon
not. There are no
anymore.
dragons.
It's, it's got a lot of nods in there to the Star Wars bits. I don't want to
I've heard too
spoil
much.
anything with it.
Is the
but
film a bit like, and this is how he got his hairdo, and this is how he got his.
there are
shirt,
moments
and-
like that, but it's quite nice to see.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just don't care about that kind of thing.
Well, then okay, you won't like it, but the rest of us who
seems
do.
really dumb.
The only thing is that you just. It suffers from the classic thing that a lot of movies have suffered from recently is when they've had one person start the movie,
Yeah.
and then they get fired and someone else comes in, and they get fired and someone else comes
Yes.
in, and then Ron Howard comes in to save the day.
Who was the original?
You know, I can't remember,
The
but
so and so brothers or whatever.
Russo.
Not
no,
Russo
no,
brothers.
because they'd have done something
It was
alright.
the guys who did the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street. I think.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
And I think
Yeah, no wonder they got fired.
the whole thing was that there was too much improvisation going on from the cast, like because
Right.
that's what they like. They like
Yeah.
it that the cast improvise, and apparently, obviously, Aldrich Ehrenreich, whatever his name is,
Can't act.
yeah, he can't act and can't improvise. So he was really awkward for him on set, and he couldn't get
Right.
anything good out of him. And Kathleen Kennedy was like, "This is dog shit. You're fired."
And fired the directors instead of firing
Okay.
the guy who was
Yeah.
going to be Han Solo.
Yeah,
But
come in, Ron, fix it up.
and he does a good job. But the action's pretty cool. You're like,
I'm sure,
hey,
yeah, I'm sure,
but
it's a decent heist movie.
Someone put something on Twitter. Lucy O'Brien, I think her name, just says Australian games journalist woman. Basically, it was the same scene from Star Wars, the Solo film, and it's one with Star Wars music, one without. And she was like, just judge for yourself. Star Wars music makes anything good. And without, it was just like a generic action scene. It's just like, But with Star Wars music, it was like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah,
So
I think-
she was like, her rant was it relies too much on free source material.
you know what? That's exactly what
That-
I said
that
about
make
Onrush.
Yeah,
Onrush was a very
We're gonna talk
dull,
about that in the thing.
dull thing. But and you can prove this by you turn the music off, and it's boring as fuck.
Wow.
I was
good.
really underwhelmed. Right.
Did he hear me? He's giving me a t-shirt.
yeah.
Wow.
It's not live. Sorry.
Travelled into the park.
Trev just messaged me saying thanks for everything on Twitter, and Tom's like, has he got it already?
He knows.
Live streams?
He can always hear me, Trev.
Should we go on to the podcast?
That's fucking scary. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go on to the podcast. What's up, and welcome to the Indie Credible Podcast, episode 46. Didn't have to look down today. A weekly podcast where we get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We talk about what indie games we've been playing. We talk about the latest indie game news, and we share a topic at the end. The topic at the end, I'm going to put it out there now, isn't actually based solely around indie games. We had a bit of feedback coming in from someone who is starting up a kind of YouTube channel to do with gaming. And they wanted to see kind of some tips and hints on how we got going. We've only been going for 18 months, so
We're the wrong people to ask.
probably
but
are the wrong
you're
people to
right.
ask, and we're not the most successful, but
Oh,
we
are you kidding
are-
me? We sent our subscriber count?
but we are pretty
He's got
digits,
30
motherfucker.
followers on Twitter.
but we are pretty passionate, and hopefully we can get that across in the couple of tips really. Yeah, we're just going to talk about what it's like being a creator, for lack of a better term. But anyway, before that, let's actually dive into indie content. And before we dive into indie content, we should actually go through who we are. I am Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody. With me, as not always, because he wasn't here last week, is Tom. You can find that at Shriek and Profit. And Dan, who is always here most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah. And you find him at the Dice Bear. Just type the Dice Bear in
Just
Google,
type the Dice Bear in and you will find me.
everywhere. I'm going to make a porno one day called The Dice Bear.
What, and see if you can get it on the rankings?
I
I
really
really won't mind that at all. I will link it
Is Dan
into
in
my
it?
site.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to be.
Embed him in
Just
everything.
in the
right?
background.
Just in the background, there should be
You're
little Dice
sitting
Bear
on-
It will
posters.
shoot his
Out of
SEO
focus.
through the roof.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. Product placement will be ridiculous.
Yeah, just literally
They're like,
everything.
we should use protection. The wrapper will have the Dice Bear
Dice Bear
logo.
on
on
it.
it.
And then he'll get my little the little tiger puppet that I use for it and just stick it on his dick.
oh god, horrible.
I'm safe now.
And if I have to talk about all that pornography and you want to listen to more of our stuff, then you can. We do several podcasts. These are our weekly podcasts we do that are all to do with indie gaming. We do a Not So Indie Show, which is a monthly podcast, mostly based around AAA gaming, but we talk about other things, movies, books, comics, things that we've read or watched. And we also did a What We Loved show, which is pretty much we talk about absolutely anything we liked from that month. They're available 1 week early on Patreon, and you can support us on Patreon for $1 to get exclusive pre- and post-show content to the show, and that's patreon.com/indiecredible. YouTube, you can watch us if you want on YouTube, and I do recommend watching us on YouTube, even if you have us on in the background, purely because we have the trailers playing behind us for any game we talk about, so it gives you a good little bit of context of what the actual game is, because sometimes we're not very good at describing things, so you can kind of go, that's what they're trying to say, and not doing a very good job of it. And YouTube, we are youtube.com/indiecredible. Other than that, pretty much all podcast services. I feel like I've pretty much exhausted myself there,
Plugged
going
to
through
fuck
that.
there, so
I haven't
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Let's just go straight into what
I'm
we're
pretty
playing.
sure you didn't mention Patreon.
Yeah, I did.
We have
Oh, did
Patreon.
you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
And the
I
name-
stopped listening. I
The
was
name's
like,
going
during
across
that.
now.
I never
I should
listened
mention
to
that.
the
The name's going
Big
across
Boys
now.
Club.
The
Yeah,
Big
the Big Boys
Boys.
Club. These are the guys who support us for $5 or more on Patreon, and we're very grateful to both Brian and Trev, or
I'm drying as well.
Dryan. Yeah,
I'm drying.
That is their amalgamation.
Yeah.
we like The Fly, which I watched this week. But anyway, we're not going to talk about The Fly. We'll talk about the other one. What we played this week? Who wants to go first? Who wants to
I'll be
kick us
quick,
off? Something we
so
played
should
this
it be
week.
me?
Let's go for it, Tom. You
Yeah.
haven't been here for 2 weeks, so
That's
you've got
right.
like some
So
good
yeah,
catching
he's
up.
had so you played
whole
loads. Come on, what you
Yeah,
played
yeah,
over 2
2
weeks?
weeks.
Right, okay, first of all,
Yeah.
I downloaded and looked at the title screen for this game called Fez.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I've
You hadn't played that at all. You just looked at the
I've
title
seen
screen.
the title screen. I intend to play it.
Okay.
Sure, it's all right. Sure, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Fez is good. Fez is a
Fez
good
is
game.
very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've played Demo, which is a mobile game. Do you know Demo?
No.
It's a rhythm game. It's like a piano-y game.
Right.
It's like literally the notes come down and you tap the
And you
screen.
tap the
It's all
screen, it's
original
nice.
music. And it's got like a story. I played it a long time ago, and I was just sort of playing it again. It's a good one to play when you're in transit on the bus or whatever.
Okay.
It's a good time. Headphones are probably a good idea though if you're going to play.
And that's all you've played.
I play other stuff, just haven't played any other indie games.
Indie games.
Yeah.
Fair dues. Fair dues. Did you download Mother Gunship?
I couldn't find it. I looked it up on the PlayStation Store like 3 times and searching all kinds of different things. Couldn't find it anywhere.
Just go to demos.
Where is that?
You go to games demos.
Well, it should come up. If I look up Mother Gunship, that should come up, right?
Do you spell it with spaces?
Well, you get to a certain. If you search it up on PlayStation
Yeah,
Store,
yeah.
it does that weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
only
the
set
lettering
it
thing.
It
certain
gets to a
amounts,
certain
yeah.
bit, and it's like, well, I can't go any further.
I don't know why you can find it. Yeah, no, it's on there. It's on there.
Yeah. I also forgot On Rush was even happening. I'm pretty sure I asked one of you to message me when that was to remind me, but you didn't.
Well, you weren't here last week, so it's your fault.
I thought you were dead. He
Yeah.
said you were dead.
So you said I was dead again.
Yeah, explosive diarrhea.
No, I had a headache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Same thing.
I would have been pretty shit. I would have been like,
Just sit there.
for the entire
fuck,
podcast.
That's what you're like normally. So you always
That's
got a
you
headache.
though. You're the embodiment of a headache.
Go on then, Dan. Dan, do you want to go next or shall I go next?
I'll go next. I'll go next because I haven't actually played a lot of indie games because I spent a lot of my week trying to fix my fucking Mac. Which
is
Maybe
it already
so.
working anyway?
Well, no, it
Can't
yeah, it
write
was
it
doing
or
weird shit.
whatever, yeah.
It's working now,
Okay,
kind of
okay.
to a point. But I played On Rush. I actually jumped on because we talked about it a little bit. You'd played it.
So
I
I
jumped on.
played a lot the night before, then I played a
Yeah.
bit that day. I think I hit like level 17 on it.
I can't believe you played it that much
I played like 4 or 5 hours of it.
because it was shit. And that's just I was bored out of my fucking mind within seconds.
Yeah, it's very. I don't need to play anymore. basically, and that's coming from a game that relies on repetitive play. And I've played 4 hours, and I don't
bother.
Did you guys play
need
together?
to play anymore.
No, I didn't end up playing in the group or anything like that. So I did. It says it's a team game, and I can see points of it that would work as a team game.
You see my point,
but majorly, there's no fucking. Yeah, everyone's running on their own. There's no.
Is it essentially Motorstorm? Is that what we were
It's
right
essentially
saying that?
Motorstorm, except it constantly wants you to catch up.
Yeah.
So if you're playing a slower vehicle and the ones are far ahead, you are constantly hitting the catch.
And it kind of
it
does this weird thing where it
jumps
takes
you
you out and
forwards.
then throws you forwards.
And what's even worse is there can be times when you're at the back, you can see the group.
Yeah,
you're catching
not that
up.
far behind.
You're not that far behind, and it goes catch up. And you're like, I'm not even fucking playing.
And catch up's a full on screen cut to take you there and drop you on everyone.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
So, it was fucking, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And the game modes, well, to be honest, it was random who would win because everyone was playing their own game.
Yeah.
The maps were boring as hell because in Motorstorm there are different routes you can go. It's
used to be
really
so good.
interesting.
That Pacific Rift one, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's so good.
And in this, there's none of that really. There's slight
I love
left
doing
and
the
right lanes,
tricks and motorbikes are my favourite thing to do,
but they're all generic.
yeah,
It's just press one button. It's directions don't give you different tricks. It was one button. It does a trick. Well, that's shit. Even Tony Hawk Skateboarding, the first one, which came out
It was combos to do.
Yeah.
before Tom was born, there was.
No.
No, it wasn't. I
Yeah.
mean,
It might have been
isn't
like
that
2 years after I was born.
hilarious joke.
they've gone for. I think they've gone for like a skill based team
There's no
centric.
skill involved
That's
in
the
it.
issue, but they've gone. That's what it feels like. They've gone for because they just
They've done a poor
shoehorn tutorial. Where
I
it's like there's no
literally did.
lone wolves in this game. You work together, and you're like, oh, cool. And then after about 2 hours, I was like,
No, everyone's
no
so
one's
moving.
working.
But also, you never have to let go of the accelerator. Never.
Right.
There aren't any difficult corners you've got to
There's
do.
no
You
skill
can
in the
always
actual
just go.
driving.
Ooh, is that flashing lights?
Yeah. Hello, Dan.
Yes!
Hello, Dan!
We're getting flashing lights.
Yeah.
Represent.
Oh, yes.
Represent.
That would be me and Tom. It will be live streamed on his thing.
Yeah. When do you want to do that?
I don't know. I'm free. I've got a holiday
Soon
bit.
as.
As soon as.
Yeah.
Do it
As soon
next
as.
week if you want. Because we
Yeah.
only got one podcast.
Yeah, brilliant. There will be a flashing lights thing. But let's go back to Onrush.
Yeah.
You could hold accelerate and go all the way through. There was no driving
There's no
skill in
passion
there.
in the game. That's what it's. And I was questioning that. I was like, I kept in my head going 1 minute, is this game fun? And then something would happen. I'm like, oh, that was really cool. And then I'll be like, is this game fun? Oh, that's really cool. This game. And then I
What
saw
was
you.
really cool?
So I don't know. I was just enjoying smashing people down, and I was playing through the vehicles, and I was going further to see if I unlocked anything more.
Yeah.
And then I saw your tweet, and I read your tweet, and I was like, that's a really good point actually. And I turned the music off. Well, I played headphones, so I just put the headphones and just played on the screen. And was like, yeah, Dan's completely right. This game's got absolutely no passion. And then after that, I didn't play
The
it
music gives it a nice thumping bit.
Yeah.
It's got this, so you're like, yeah, and there are points because of the music, but you cut the music out, and you're like, this is
anymore.
a massive miss.
£50 game.
It's 50 quid.
Yeah, there's a failure. Don't spend money on it. Don't.
Who developed this game?
Who is it?
Codemasters.
Yeah.
Codemasters. Okay.
Yeah.
The old
not worth it.
kings of racing.
What happened?
Very disappointing. And another game that I've been playing, and I will describe what happened, is Yoku's Island
you can talk about
Express.
this. So the
This
podcast is
coming
going to go
out
out
Tuesday.
12 hours later than normal. It's going to go out Tuesday late morning, so we can talk about, because I'm going to be talking about Shift Quantum.
Right.
So we can talk about those games that that will be after the
Yeah.
release event. So carry on.
Is Yoku's Island Express, which is and I saw this on their site. It's called Pinballvania.
Okay, yeah.
And when I put it in context for you, when I first got this game, I played it. I got to a boss, and then the credits played, the end credits, and I looked at the save, and it said 100% complete. And I'd only been playing a couple of hours, and nothing big had happened. And I was like, you know what, it was enjoyable, but I was expecting more.
Yeah.
So I got in touch with Lewis. Well, we were playing Dragon Ball, and I said, look, I've already finished the game. Here's your 15 minutes thing. I'll have the review done for you on Tuesday and all of that lot. And he was like, what, you've already finished it? And I was like, well, yeah, it was pretty short, really. It was all right. It was.
Yeah.
I went back on to get some footage. So I start a new game to make sure I get the bits. I get to the same boss bit. because I followed the same route. It was like, yeah, do this, nice and quick.
Yeah.
And the game continued playing. The game had glitched out. Something had gone wrong. It showed me the end credits.
Yeah.
You probably played it the moment I sent you the code, I guess.
Yeah,
so
I
maybe
did.
it was before there was any update. Maybe it was just like the very first
the
thing.
rawest thing.
Yes.
And this game is great.
Ah, well, there you go.
I'm
That's
really,
bit of a turnaround.
really enjoying it because you've got to. It is like it's more like Metroid than Castlevania. The problem with a lot of the Castlevania or the Vania-esque type games that have recently come out is they are uber hard. It's not about them being sort of like exploration like
Yeah.
Metroid was.
Slane.
It's about Slane. Slane's really good though, but it's a bitch. It's about retro gaming. Retro gaming should be really fucking hard, and it's about showing how manly you are by being hard. Well, and you're just like, yeah, that was fun for a bit, and I enjoyed a couple of those games, but really, there's a point. I love being able to explore, and this does that. And you finish the story, and when you finish the story, it's at about 51%.
Have you done the story now?
Yeah, I've finished the story now,
So
but I
there's a lot of
can't stop
collectibles.
playing it. But they're not just collectibles. There's more story there, which is why I
okay.
have to finish it before I do the review.
Yeah.
Ah,
Because
cool.
there's this whole...
So quite a lot of content on offer.
Yeah, and there's secret areas, and there's places you can only get to once you've opened up different bits and found different people, and they're all hidden in different places. And you slowly learn. There's this beeline you can use, which is like fast travelling between places. And as you're being fired out of these cannons, sort of Donkey Kong style, you know, remember when you went at the barrels and it shot you to another one, you can actually stop the barrel and drop off where you are. I didn't realise this.
Right.
I'd been playing for hours shooting around going, how the fuck do I get to that place? Oh, God, I've got to do this. And then finding the most convoluted routes possible to get to these. Swear I was breaking the game at points to try and go into these bits. And then I realised you can stop and drop down. And then all these new areas opened up with new bits of story and new monsters and new bosses.
You play as a postman, is that right?
Yeah, you're a postman.
Like a post bug.
Yeah, to be clear, you're
pushing a ball,
You're a
pushing a
little
ball
man.
around through a 2D platformer, and you use the paddles to knock yourself up to different levels, solve puzzles, do bits like that, defeat bosses.
Yeah.
You know, I think the 4 bosses I've played against so far, but there are fetch quests which are all right actually because you're learning the routes and then you're spotting things, and I've really enjoyed it because it's not stupidly difficult, but because it's a pinball one, it's about having that precision of getting it on the paddle in the right place.
Yeah.
But also
Oh,
your
nice.
bug can
Yeah.
control the ball, so you can stop it and push it, or by pulling in different ways, you can slightly
So are
turn
you-
the rotation.
As the bug, are you the pinball or is your ball the pinball?
Your ball's the pinball, and you're
And you
attached to
release
it by a bit of string.
Oh, are you?
So
Oh,
when
so
it
you
gets
get
fired
dragged
off, you
around.
see this
Okay.
little bug go "Rah!" off with it, which is hilarious at points, especially when you're just really pissed off because you haven't been able to do anything. You're like, you know what? Screw you, bug! I'm firing you to the moon. Boom! Off he goes. And so it's coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and the Nintendo Switch.
on the
And I tell you
29th.
what, the Nintendo Switch. This is the.
Well,
this
I
is
was
a
on the
game
fence about
for
this
it.
game because there's so many games releasing on that day,
Yeah.
on the 29th, and I was like, do I, don't know? Well, and I was like, I'll wait and see what Dan's reviews about it, and then obviously
Yeah,
you
the
talk about
first
this.
one I was
I'm
like,
like,
yeah.
I might actually get it. I'll
It's
probably
one-
get it slightly later on when I've got more time.
One of the really nice bits about it is the save system.
Okay.
So there are little flowers you can go across, and it auto saves.
Okay.
But these flowers are everywhere, so you can literally pick it up, play for 5 minutes, put it back down,
Oh,
and you've
nice.
saved
Worry
everything
about,
you've done.
yeah.
That's cool.
And
That is nice.
it is that nice sort of, go on, I'll jump in. But what's even better about it is it's really hard to pick up and play for just 5 minutes.
because it's
You want to keep going.
Because you're like, oh, I'll just go find that, I'll go do that. Yeah, I'd finished the story, and I was like, right, I've got the story, I'll move on to the next bit. I'll go and do some writing, I'll do this, I've got other work to do. Hour later, oh shit, I'm still here, Corin's gonna kill me. Oh well, I'll just find this next bit. I'm literally going around trying to find everything because it opens up new bits. It's not just a case of like in a lot of games it's like, I'll go around,
becomes
get
a
these,
collectathon,
and you
doesn't
might
it?
get a trophy, and you're like, I don't give a shit. These are doing things around the map that are causing other things to happen.
Yeah.
There are these little weevil things you've got to collect, and each time you collect 10, you put them into a torch. And you light the torch, and the first time you do it, you're like, oh god, this is going to be fucking painful. But when the torch lights, there's this little cutscene, and it shows this egg with a god growing inside it, and one of the lights goes around it.
Right.
And there are a certain amount of lights. Now, I've got 3 lights left to do to find out what happens when you collect them all. And you're like, oh my god, this is so exciting. I want to know what's going to happen. And because I've got I'm still only on 61%, and I've delivered all the post, and I haven't done all of the post boxes yet, but I've done the vast majority, and I've only got these 3 ones left. Well, what the hell else is going to happen when that opens? Because if I'm only on 61%...
That's got to open up the game even more, yeah.
Which is why I'm also like, I can't really come around and go, yeah, I've written a review for this part of the game. I wonder how many people do, though. I wonder how many people will just release it. With just...
would you say it's the best Postman sim you've ever played?
I think more people would join the Royal Mail if being a postman was like this, apart from the fact you're attached to a ball and get smacked around the place a lot.
Yeah, maybe not.
No, it sounds good.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've got to say as well, I don't think it's as good as Cat Quests, but so far it's this year's Cat's Quest for me.
Okay.
Oh,
nice.
And you know I love that game.
Your review for that then, if it goes home and gets loads of views.
Yeah.
Well, you can see up on Incredible now, we've got the first 15 minutes, because what we normally do is we very rarely talk over the games. Umpteen Instance was different because it's more of a Let's Play thingy, but... so if you want to go see the first 15 minutes of gameplay as it runs, fine. If you actually want to go see someone talk about the game, talk through the game, you've got one up on your
Yeah, there's one up on the Dice Bear as well. And if you get to about 2 minutes 30, you're going to hear the best scream and giggle in your life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Brian.
A scriggle.
A scriggle. Brian just tweeted. Brian tweeted about it. Brian just tweeted about it and said if you can get to 2 minutes 23, you'll hear the best jump scare ever. Because I literally.
Oh, is that when that thing jumps out?
Yeah, it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that thing come out.
What?
You've got to watch it with my voiceover because I'm just chatting away, and then all of a sudden this thing comes out. Bloody hell! And then I start laughing manically. And it's like that thing just scared the shit out of me.
So I watched the first 15 minutes to you part, and it's in that as well, isn't it? The thing coming out. Yeah. Cool. Do you play anything else at all?
Not indie.
Cool.
Well, no, not indie.
Cool.
H1Z1's not indie, is it?
No.
I thought it was.
It's in between. Well, go on and chat quickly about H1Z1.
Okay, so I played H1Z1 as well, which is just out on PS4.
The Battle Royale mode.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what it is on PlayStation.
Okay.
That's. It's all right. I think the problem is if you come from Fortnite to it, you're going to feel there's a lot missing.
Well, if you come from PUBG to it.
Then you're going to be like, wow, these games really run on machines?
You say that. I have something to mention about that now.
But, go on.
Oh, I played... So I was on Twitter and it was like, the new desert map now available on Xbox.
Is that PUBG?
PUBG. So I was like, I've not turned this thing on for fucking ages. I'll turn it on and see what PUBG's like now. Literally a different game.
Yeah.
There's new UI in there. There's new weapon selection, inventory management. It's genuinely very good now. Oh, wow, I had to turn it off because I was like, I'm going to get addicted to this. I've got work to do. I literally had to force myself to, and I didn't want to turn it off. It runs as Fortnite runs in terms of there are bugs that happen every now and then, and you laugh at them. But it's nowhere near as bad as it was. It was actually a lot of fun, and the desert map is cool, man.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm generally like a little bit.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't played that yet, so I can't.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to use it as a mocking point because everyone understands the reference.
Yes.
But it was okay. I think.
You said the fog of war was really bad.
The fog of war is really. The distance you can see is really quite pathetic.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones where if you're into the sort of more verging towards the realistic style of what would happen with a gun, okay. But when you've been playing Fortnite, which is an arcade game, and is about the fun and has the building, I really miss the building. I really miss the building.
It's a huge aspect, isn't it?
It's such a massive aspect, and part of it is because I can go explore more places.
Yeah.
I'd spent so long in H1Z1 just running with no one around me, trying to find a weapon or a gun or something. It was like, and then when I got the gun, it was like, yeah, okay. That's nice. I have a pistol. Now I just carry on walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like...
I'm not too fast to jump on it, to be honest. I've hardly played Fortnite recently, but I would talk about it in a not so indie.
And apart from Fortnite...
Cool.
And Ni no Kuni, that's it.
Cool. I'll try and get through these relatively quick. Forgotten Anne, I'll start with first. I spoke about it last week. I played about 2 hours going into last week. I've only played about another 2 hours. So I'm only about 4 hours in. I wanted to get it done this week, but I've been pretty busy with other reviews.
What are your thoughts?
So good.
Oh,
So good.
I want to play it.
Story is like fully fleshed out. It's just. You could argue that it's. There are complaints there to say that it's too easy. In terms of you don't like the puzzles are there and they fit in well with the environment and the story, but they never made me go, what do I do now? And like I kind of after looking at the screen for a minute or two, you're like, oh cool, yeah, all right, that goes there, sweet, perfect. But just the story's so nice, the animation's amazing, and it is just a story-driven game.
I'm more in it for the story, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. I'm probably
fun when I played it at Res.
I'm probably looking at it more critically because I played a lot of Unforeseen Instants this week, which is a completely different take. It's all about puzzles. And jumping between the two was a little bit, not jarring, but I've gone from one where I'm like, what the fuck do I do now in the Unforeseen Instants? I'm like full on, I was like, Beautiful Mind. I had like sheets up like that, like, well, that's there, that's got me over there. Sarah comes in, Julie, she said, have a coffee, please, love. Whereas Forgotten Anne is a lot more, you sit back, you relax, you put your headphones on. I literally put my feet up on the desk, sit back and just play through it, and it's nice.
What is the sound like? Because the headphones that they were given...
Sound is beautiful.
Dog shit.
Sound is beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because I was so worried. Like,
so
does the game sound this bad, or is it the headphones?
At times I've questioned how the sound was done, because I'm like, this can't be an orchestra, but it sounds like it is.
Why not?
Why can't it be an orchestra? Orchestras don't have to be massive. They can just be like...
So I know that... So I went onto Twitter and looked. It's kind of... It depends what you class as an orchestra. It's like a team of 3 or 4 playing actual string instruments in a room.
So a quartet.
A quartet. That's what it is. But it just... It swells up so well and dips at the right time. Like, it is a true meaning to cinematic adventure. That is exactly what the game is. It's a cinematic adventure game. It's
I really want to play it.
very good.
When do I get fucking coffee?
I'm going to finish with Unforeseen Instants because I want to talk about it last.
Okay.
Dungeon Rushers review goes up tomorrow.
Yep.
Don't buy it.
Yeah, no, everything I'd seen of it before that point, I was very much like, no.
Officially the lowest rated game ever to be reviewed on Indie
Oh my god!
Holy fuck, and it's coming from you as well.
What did it take the title from? What was the previous one?
I don't know.
You reviewed it, the Russian cyber one. No, it was
Dream Break.
Yeah.
Dream Break, yeah.
Dream Break got like a 5, 4.5.
Yeah.
Wow. What did this get?
3.5.
Ooh!
Holy fuck! Is that
Jesus, it's proper
Yes.
in shit realms.
Yeah, so
That's got to be a 0 for me and you.
Yeah.
I really fluff it up in the opening paragraph. I'm like, it's the turn-based RPG genre is probably one of the most competitive out there, and although it's a fully fledged genre, I love finding a hidden gem and da 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 da. This game isn't that. That's literally what I'd say. You can tell straight off the bat this game is a mobile port. It's
boo.
so the leveling up in it is fucking bonkers. Like we're talking, so level 2 to level 3 took me 2 hours of grinding.
Jesus.
Yeah, 2 hours of going back through the same dungeons over and over. Because there was a level wall, but there was a difficulty wall. It was not a fun difficulty wall, because the turn-based combat isn't, oh, you made the wrong decision, you're being punished. It was, doesn't matter what decision you make, mate, you ain't getting past this until you're that level. And it's just like, oh my God.
And then you've got to grind.
If I wasn't reviewing that game, I wouldn't. I say in the review, I've not finished it. I refuse to finish it. I've put in 7.5 hours to the game. I'm not playing anymore.
What level are you? 7.5 hours.
Like 5.5.
Jesus.
Hell.
I've unlocked 4 characters. I know you can unlock up to 8. Like, it's not fun.
Hang on. Isn't the game called Dungeon Rushers? Doesn't that imply the idea that something would be quick?
So
It's an ironic.
I say in the review.
Dungeons
Well
either.
done.
It's
There's no
dragons.
dungeons. Yeah.
I say in the review, if you on mobile, it probably isn't that bad, because you pick up and play for a little bit, you put it down, you pick up and play for a little bit, you put it down. You probably don't notice the grind going slowly, because on mobile, and people who play, I don't mean this horribly, but people who play mobile games are a very different demographic to those who play console games.
You're on the toilet.
But when you're on a console that offers the same games as like the Banner Saga, or I know you didn't really like it, but Darkest Dungeon I thought was a great turn-based RPG. Like
Yeah,
all these other turn-based RPGs, it's just so boring. It is one of the most boring games I've ever played. The dungeons play out in this like simple grid-based system. I actually like that. You're kind of moving around and you can use skills to get past traps and find things, and there's a management to that that's really good. I've actually played a whole game just as that, like a Dungeons and Dragons. Like choose 70% chance to save this trap. I'd actually play that. As soon as you go to turn-based combat, you're just like, oh, I died. What a surprise. I'll go back and do it again for another 2 hours to go up a level.
That's fucking shit, especially considering as you actually quite like roguelites. You
I love
like
them.
that whole fucking repeating the same shit again and again.
Fucking boring. Do not buy that game.
Imagine if I reviewed this game.
I think I closed the game out saying that.
Could you imagine if either of us reviewed this game? Oh my god.
It'd be such a mean review.
I think I closed the review out saying like the final line is something along the lines of, if you're out there looking for a classic inspired turn-based RPG dungeon crawler, then this is not the game for you, and do not buy this game. Like it's just like, it's not fun. Just absolutely not fun at all. I've also played. So I've not finished it yet because the review the game released on Tuesday, and the review will be up close to the time. But I've played about an hour and a half of Shift Quantum.
It's one we've all played.
Yep, it's one we all played. There are codes coming for you guys as well to play on PlayStation, but they aren't coming until literally. Well, they're there, but Simon was basically saying that I need to get these out to people who are reviewing it on PlayStation. And then the next batch goes. So that's fine. So I think he's sending them Monday or Tuesday. The game's great. Game is genuinely great as a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Fucking hard. Like to the point where you're sitting there, you're like, I know this because it's just the opposite.
Yeah.
I should know this. No word of a lie. I almost contemplated getting a wipeable marker and drawing on my monitor to see where things would change.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking love this game.
Because I was like, it's not working. I was like, I'm standing in the right. I couldn't in my head work out. So I should probably give context to people like, what the fuck
is Shift Quantum?
So it's a noir cyberpunk puzzler.
Yeah.
Where you play as this kind of silhouette dude who runs through the world, and he has the ability to switch between negatives. Like, so you go from white is the landscape and black is the background, and then black is the landscape and white's the background. And it kind of shifts.
It's 2D, isn't it? So
it's 2D, and at first I thought it switched it around 180 degrees, but it doesn't. It basically takes what is in the background as the foreground, and the foreground as the background.
Right. Yeah.
Which is, so any gaps you have in the... So say, for example, you have a tower, 2 towers, and there's a gap in the middle of them that's white, and you're back. When you change it, that block is now the platform, and the rest are disappeared.
Yeah.
So it does a very good job, because there are a lot of levels here. I think I've played through the first 5 worlds. I'm about 40% through the game, and it's now really ramping up in difficulty.
Yeah.
The early puzzles are classic. You get them done in less than a minute.
Well, I know the one we played at EGX, we blitzed.
So what we played at EGX was the second world.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because the first world was like a tutorial.
Yeah.
And there's these little cyber disc things you can collect in each world. I have no idea what they do. No one's given anything to me. What I do like is there is a bit of a bizarre narrative going on to it. There's like this, similar to like Journey, where not just the fact there's a scarf involved, but you don't really know. You don't know what's going on.
You got to interpret from.
And I'm like, now that's there for a reason, but I don't know why it's there. And I'm sure as I get close to the end, but I'm not in it for the story. I'm in it for the puzzles. And they're just brilliant. The music's fucking epic.
What is the music?
Like, it's proper kind of pumping-y, cyberpunky music.
Synthy?
But it gets really dramatic with like in it, and you're in it, and I found myself like getting not frustrated but angry at myself because like, I know the answer. Like, so I literally was so tempted to draw on my fucking monitor because I was just like, and then when you get it right, you're like, oh my god, thank
relief.
God. Second thing that's great about it, there's a level editor.
No fucking way,
Yeah.
really.
You can create your own levels and share them online.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant.
It's hard. Like, I made a level and it's... Because I made a level and I was like, whoa, that's fucking mustard, that level. Let's upload it. Cool, let's play it. Oh, I've done that quite easy. Because in your head, you're like, oh, that's easy. I just go, they got to go here, they got to go... But no pun intended.
Is so
no pun
hard.
intended.
Yeah.
It literally requires out-the-box thinking. Because you need to think of a route through and then... It gave me a clue of just how hard this game must be designed because They had to first think of how the player's going to get through the world, but then when they're going to want to change back. Because at certain times, if I change back on my puzzle, you were stuck.
Yeah,
There was no out route. And I was like, that's not good. Restart. So, like, but then I filled that block in and it was too easy. And I'm like, how do they do this?
It's got to be so frustrating. More frustrating than playing it, probably.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why puzzle design is one of those
I can't wait
genius
to.
level
exactly.
I
things.
think my review is going to be probably about 12 hours after embargo, purely because I want to see what the community start building in the puzzle.
Oh, you're going to have a look what...
Well, because I want to see... Because I don't know... At the moment, there's no puzzles in there. And I'm playing this on PC, I should probably say. It's coming to Switch. It's coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC on the same day as Yoku's Island Express. It's hard. I will say that now. It's hard. I love the music. I love the design to it. I like the simple aesthetic because it kind of takes away all the complex. It's just at its core a hardcore puzzler.
Yeah.
And I love the level editor system in it. And
I love the fact... I love games that put in level editors.
Yeah.
I not only do I it's like something I get to have a try of it, but it shows that they've made it with the community in mind.
Yeah.
It's like playing old school Doom when you used to be able to go online and get new levels and do bits like that.
People
the
will come
community.
up with the most bonkers shit.
Yeah, it's sometimes better than the developer.
Mario Maker is
Yeah.
one of them. That the stuff you
Well,
get online for the
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
there?
very-
Isn't there?
brilliant.
There's levels in a Mario game that was released afterwards that they basically directly took. They were like, "These are better than we made." So,
Yeah, so let's use
we're
those.
gonna steal these.
I can believe that. Yeah.
It's like the guy who developed Snake Pass, Sumo Digital, the lead director guy on that, got his job because he was so good at designing levels on Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
And
wow,
they basically picked him up and they're like, "Look, do you want to come and work for us? Because you're
Yeah,
doing a better job than
he
us."
was from the community.
Right,
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
"You're doing a better job than us," basically. So he
Wow.
went in as wasn't a designer. He was like talking to them, like sharing ideas for levels, consult. That's it. And then ended up going in design and taught him how to design. Then basically developed Snake Pass.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For him.
And the last game I'm going to talk about is Unforeseen Incidents.
Please be quick.
This is the game
Okay.
that at EGX Resd I dragged him to.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Because I went over and saw the game and was like, I fucking love this.
So
Lewis,
the
come and see this.
Review's done. Our internet is down again at the moment.
Hell
What
yeah.
is wrong with your internet?
Don't even get me started. That's why the review's not up at the moment. The review was done as of last night, but it's not up because our internet's down. What do you reckon I scored it?
7.5.
I reckon 8.7, 8.8.
9.
Oh, I was pretty close.
Wow.
I was pretty close.
The game is the best point-and-click adventure game I've played this side of a LucasArts Classic.
Holy fuck. God, be getting
Like,
on that.
hands down. Hands down.
I'm sorry, I'm going to hold judgment on that until I play it. As someone who's played pretty much every point-and-click adventure going, that's not true, I really have. There's so many. But I played a fucking
So what I
shit
love
load.
about this one, and this might be more of a subjective opinion, but what I love about this point-and-click adventure game is the puzzles work. And I mean that as in there's a meaning behind the puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
She said it before,
you're
yeah.
doing this because it makes sense. If I was in that situation, I would eventually do that because it was my last option.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking ridiculous... There's like one part where you have to repair a car because you need to drive somewhere. And repairing a car, you've got to find the bits. And it makes sense. Half of them are in the junkyard. But then the puzzles around getting them in the junkyard is like another puzzle to it. And it does that classic thing with... Oh, I'm going to get there. Oh, no, I can't just go drive the car now because this has happened.
Yeah.
But it's not a case of, oh, it's just shoehorning in walls. It is, that would actually probably happen in this situation. And it just all fit together, like literally, and I say in the review, it's like the perfect jigsaw puzzle of puzzles coming together so nicely. The only reason I marked it down is because die-hard point-and-click fans will probably go, it's a bit too easy. I don't think it's easy, but you're talking like, in terms of, like I said before, put the cat in the washing machine, dye it pink, and I can send it to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
It's easy. And so some people will go, oh, it's easy. It's too easy. I don't think it's too easy at all. Other people, I really like the art style on it. I think the art style is great. But a couple of people have already commented on the video saying, love the look of the game. Or sorry, love the idea of the game. Not a big fan of the art style. But that's a complete subjective
Yeah,
opinion.
that's subjective. Because I like the art style.
Yeah,
I thought that
it's
was
very
really good.
graphic novel. Very graphic novel.
Yeah.
The voice acting is probably honestly, some of the best I've ever heard in a game.
Wow.
Like,
that is
Really?
the voice acting is
Okay.
fucking incredible. There's this one annoying thing it does, and I'm hoping this will be patched for release. Whereas, so when we played the demo,
Yeah.
it was always the outshot screen, you're talking to people, there was no camera changes.
Yeah.
What it does now is when you talk to someone, it zooms into them, zooms out, and zooms into
Oh,
them.
okay, cool.
Which is nice, but the resolution goes when they zoom in.
Yeah.
So the some of the pictures look like, well, it still looks like a blown up version. It doesn't look very pretty.
Yeah.
So that was another thing I knocked it down a bit for, but it's not like horrendous. You're not looking at it going, oh, that's disgusting. You're just like, I can kind of see the dots.
Yeah.
I think that will probably be patched at day one or early on. I would imagine so. But the fact that they added the camera changing in really
That's
adds
nice,
to the story thing of it. Like the music's brilliant as well. The music
I
is
did like the music.
very
sort of
lonely,
thing.
and it you forget that you are effectively on your own.
Yeah.
It's just everything in this game works. It's about 7-hour point-and-click adventure.
Yes.
That I would say everyone go and play, even if you've never played a point-and-click adventure game.
Seriously want to play this.
Very,
Sounds great.
very good. It's
But what was the one I played recently that we did?
oh, that was
With the little girl, and it took me 2 hours.
the Little
to
Acre.
Little Acre.
Yeah.
Point and click adventure. It took me like 2 hours to platinum the
Did
game.
not like that, did you? No.
That is.
And it was really because the art style was beautiful, the story was really sweet and had it, and you know, it's a point and click adventure. I'm a sucker for them. So to hear 7 hours to play it, that's sort of like now we're starting to look at point and
I
click
mean, that is
adventure.
completely. I got really stumped on one puzzle, and then when I solved it, I was like, "Fucking dickhead!"
yeah.
Like the solution was my first thought, and I was like, oh, "I should probably do this." But then I got sidetracked and done something else, and I was like, "I reckon I wasted a good hour and a half,
Holy fuck.
like trying all this stuff." And it does this real cool thing of I don't want to give away spoilers, but like where you find items, but it doesn't always use them. So you can pick up items.
Oh, yes.
Because
Yeah.
normally it used to be you found an item, you
Every
had
time
to
find
use
it.
it.
Yeah.
Whereas I finished the game not using some items, and I was like, I quite like that actually because it.
I wonder if you can.
Does that
use them
mean
for
are there
other things.
Yeah, that's what I mean, there
Are there
probably
secrets
are.
in the game though? Are there hidden areas?
I'm
and
sure
bits?
there are something. So
Is it branching narrative, or is it?
I don't think so
I don't think it,
because
yeah.
it is a case of there's an end. I don't know if you can get different outcomes on the way to the end, but I know there is a definitive end without being again spoilers. Very, very, very good. Like I said, honestly, for me, last point and click adventure game I played Dare to Tentacle more recently, but I'm not counting that because I played that originally. I played Monkey Island when it was on PlayStation Game Plus.
Oh yeah, the reboot. Xbox did it.
It
was Xbox
5.
Games
Monkey
with
Island
Goals.
5 was the last point and click I played.
Yeah.
That
I am going to piss myself.
this is the best point and click adventure game I've played since then, since a Monkey Island game. That honestly is brilliant.
Thinking a bit.
Cool. Should we go on to some news? News. So,
News.
bit of news this week.
Well done, Tom.
Bit of news this week. We have up first Wizard of Legend, the game I reviewed last week.
Yes.
Gave 7.82. Really enjoyed the kind of, like you said, the roguelike elements
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it. Have you played much more of it
I
yet?
haven't had a
that
chance to
time.
go back to it. Yeah.
It sold 200,000 copies in its opening week, which is
Nice.
bloody good. Really, bloody good.
Yeah.
For especially for any game to sell 200,000 copies. I mean,
Is that
unless
mainly on Switch that it did that?
I
You
would,
know, a
I would
breakdown?
guess
Does it
so.
not say?
I don't know. It didn't say. It was just Humble Bundle sent me because Humble Bundle were publishing it. They sent me, or Humble were publishing it.
Yeah.
They sent me the email. So yeah, congrats to Contingent 99, the developers. 200,000 copies in the first week is
It's the weirdest way I've ever heard anyone say contingent.
contingent.
I didn't even know what it was saying.
Contingent.
You
I'm
just
gonna,
made it sound
I'm gonna
like
sound
something
them out
else.
as three different things.
Contingent.
Can you say
Contingent,
every
yeah.
word like that?
Yeah, please.
Contingent.
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 Congrats.
Contingent.
Yeah, I love it.
99. Congrats, guys. 200,000
brilliant.
copies is awesome. You're not far from Rockstar.
What would they sell? Like 1 billion copies?
GTA 5 is almost 100 million copies.
That is ridiculous.
And it was on
think
sale.
well.
It was on sale the other day in game for 25 quid. I'm like, this is a 6-year-old game. How is it still on sale at £25?
It's just never ended.
I'm tempted to.
No.
I'm tempted to buy it and play it because I know online is ridiculous.
played online?
Yeah, I did, but 5 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't played it in like a year. But you know, it's like
But apparently,
so much.
and there's still they just released a whole, and all the DLCs like free, or most of it's free. They've gone.
Always free.
There's
paid
one
DLC.
pack that I think was like £9.
Oh, they're packs you can pay for,
Yeah.
but
And
like the
you-
DLC
Oh,
and
okay.
updates
Pay
are all
for
free.
in-game money as well. You get a shark card
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But you don't need to. You can.
They made serious money on that, didn't they?
Continue to make serious
They could,
money.
yeah, they are still making.
Continue to make serious money.
Yes.
Next up, we also got the news. By the time you're watching this, it probably already released. But Songbringer, a game that I played last year on Xbox. So you played as well?
Yeah, I played it on Xbox. Zelda.
Yeah, it's very much like Zelda. Heavily pixelated graphics. Zelda hat throwing adventure game. It's coming to Nintendo Switch on the 31st of May.
Wow, I thought it'd already.
It's not on the Switch yet. So yeah, it's coming over to the Switch. Again, there's a gameplay video on the YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. I think it's the first like 20 minutes of gameplay for Songbringer. It's a lot of fun. It's a good adventure game. Yeah, and the music is pretty awesome as well. And it's pretty fun. Shaq Fu. You played Shaq Fu, didn't you?
I played Shaq Fu, yeah. I played it at Rest.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No, he said it was okay.
So Shaq Fu seems to, it's like a side-scrolling brawler where you play as Shaquille O'Neal, basically running around, smashing people to pieces.
He doesn't voice it, does he?
I don't know.
He did a lot of promo work.
Yeah, he's
for
done
it,
a lot
so
of
I don't
promo
know
work
if
recently.
he-
Yeah, this is
yeah.
what this is all about.
He helped pimp out the actual. It was Kickstarter. Was it Kickstarter? Yeah,
They've done
Kickstarter.
a whole
campaign.
big-
How old is Shaq now?
I don't know, but the guy's fucking massive.
Yeah,
So I mean,
he
Jesus,
is huge.
in every way.
I knew someone. I
I had to do it. I couldn't
You
leave
did.
that one there.
But yeah, no. So Shaq Fu. What I'm interested in seeing in this game is more mid to late game what the abilities look like, because it's got that kind of arcade style. If there are these kind of screen filling
I don't think
abilities,
it's gonna be that great.
I think it'll be cool. I reckon it'll be a solid good.
Feels very generic.
I think from the bit I played, it's obviously going to be better than the original.
Yeah.
Which isn't difficult.
Debatable. I mean, I don't play it.
I didn't either, but
who did?
I know it's not.
But I mean, there were points in the game where I was able to chat to both of these guys without looking at the screen and still beat up the people on
the boss.
screen.
That was the
And
boss.
it was a boss fight I was doing it
I'll
on.
admit, it was no fun to watch. It was quite boring to watch you play it.
I think this will be a Switch game. I was in tutorial levels, so maybe it's because I'm used to playing lots of these games that I didn't have to do that.
I mean, you literally were just pressing B and you just turned to us and was talking. And I was watching you on the screen and you were doing like just as well as you were before.
Yeah.
Like nothing had changed.
The game is getting a very limited physical edition, and the physical edition isn't in case you just get the physical edition of the game. You get a Shaquille O'Neal t-shirt, or a Shaq Fu t-shirt, you get a Shaq Fu snapback, you get a Shaq Fu artwork book thing, and then so there's only 500 being made,
right?
And then 1 in 10 will be signed by the man himself.
Oh my god, now it's worth having.
I'd like a signed photo of Shaq.
So 1 in 10, and it's not a.
I want a signed cutout of Shaq.
It's not a.
Just so I can find nowhere to actually put it up because he's so fucking huge.
It's not.
Shaq's bigger than Chewie.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not in real life, because Chewie's like 9 foot in real life, isn't he?
He's not 9 foot. He's like 7 foot or something.
Is he? I thought Wookiees were. Well, Shaq's.
For a start, in real life doesn't work because they're not real.
Well, Peter Mayhew then. How tall is he? Give that a couple inches. He's tall.
What is Shaq? 7'11", I want to say.
7'11".
I think he's 7'11". I think he's 7'11". But anyway.
Shaq's fucking huge.
And the 1 in 10 signatures aren't digitally printed signatures; they are legit signatures.
Oh my god!
Holy fuck!
That's good, isn't it?
That is good.
That's good.
They're gonna press a lot.
But you're gonna be pissed off
They're
if
gonna
you
be
paid
on
the same
eBay.
price for someone else and you don't get that.
Oh, is it randomly given out?
Yeah, 1 in 10.
This isn't like a special edition.
No, you just round 1 in 10 will have it in there.
It's a lottery.
Yeah.
Or a Shaq signature.
Basically, they're going
if
the
you
air
want to
route.
sell 500 copies really quickly, you tell
Yeah.
them that 1 in 10 will get that, and someone's going to buy all 500, and then eBay
Yeah, sell the other ones. Yeah.
Up next, we got Banner Saga, the original game from
Yeah.
2014. Originally released on released on Switch a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Banner Saga 2 is coming on the 7th of June. We got a release date for that this week, so it should give you enough time to get through the original. I'm still yet to play the original
you're gonna
game.
have to play it
I
pretty
really want to
hard.
play it. because I want to play Banner Saga 2. What I'm thinking is,
I'm sure it's really good.
It's Banner Saga
Yeah.
is
Sure,
really
it's really
good.
good.
mate.
One thing you know
I
is-
think you'd actually
It's not-
enjoy it as
yeah.
well.
how long
I-
until 3 do you reckon?
Right, okay. I reckon we're going to see it in a month, 2 months time.
I think we get a trailer next week because I think we get a trailer for E3. They want to get
Oh
lots
god,
of
yeah.
news to be free.
I think we're going to see it released really quickly after E3. I
Okay.
think it's going to be an E3 sort of look. Here's this,
Yeah.
and then boom,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
there. It's going to be one of those ones. Cause
I don't think they'll be over at E3 because it's the kind of game that the big publishers will pick up and review.
Oh, could you not see it on like a
And
like here's all the indie games coming to PlayStation?
that's
or
exactly
Xbox,
what
yeah.
it's going to be.
It's going to be on,
And it's going to be one of the big idea Xbox are going to be like, yeah, we're going to have Banner Saga. We're going to have, you know,
yeah, possibly.
and that's what it's going to be.
Possibly. But no, it's good to see Banner Saga 2 is coming. Don't know a price on it, I'm afraid. But 7th of June, you can play the next instalment. Ready up for the big one coming out, which is obviously completely current developed because the other one's a little bit older. And that's, it will be this year, probably, like you said, round just after E3 time. Earthfall. Remember that game that we debated over?
Oh yeah, it was more a debate.
Earthfall it's got a release date.
13th.
13th of July.
Okay,
So happy.
we're going to be on that.
It's being published by Gearbox.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Hello.
It's coming up by digitally and physically.
Get ready for the price though, because I know this story. so-
I'm not a big fan of this now, the price. I've played what is there, and there's not a lot of content there. I know you're going, replay value. 30
No,
quid.
I'm not going to replay. I'm going. I have friends.
30
Well,
quid.
it's not
Okay,
30 quid.
£29.99.
It's £28. It's £27.99.
So,
I am 100%
it's
fine with that.
recommended retail of £29.99. Some places might sell it cheaper, but...
I'm fine with that.
I'd heard it was £27.99 as part of that's what you buy.
Okay, I got it off Game Press.
Oh, okay.
£29.99.
But I still think anything
no,
30 quid
I've probably read dollars. You're probably right. $27.99 would make sense if it's $30.
Oh right, okay, cool.
So
That's fine.
I think that's great.
That's fine.
I honestly think that's good. Yeah,
If Left 4 Dead
£27.99.
comes out, that's going to be full price game. And
Yeah.
this has just as much content as Left 4 Dead, and basically it's Left 4 Dead.
It is Left 4
yeah,
Dead. There's
exactly.
no hiding from
Yeah,
that.
yeah, well, we will be reviewing it close to a time.
we will be playing it, and having
We've
fun.
got a preview going up probably about the end of June. We'll go up ready for the July release.
Yeah.
Because they're starting to add more content now. Because I said the weird thing about the content on the Steam Early Access build is you can go like, so there's two parts, there's two stories to play through basically, and you can go from like level 1, level 3 or level 5 on story 1, so you can literally play the last level without knowing how you got there. Or on the second one you can do 1, 4 or 5.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
like,
the point of early access though, mate.
no, but
Early
why play?
access and alpha build is because they're hiding story and plot twists from you.
Okay, but I'm saying what? But then like, I've gone past it. So if someone's bad, I'm like, well, why are they bad now?
Yeah, but what you'll find is that'll link into another whole storyline that you don't even have access to.
Maybe,
yet.
yeah. I just found it weird that they didn't
That's
go
what they
the
did in
first
Left 4
three.
Dead and
Yeah.
things like that. It was very much a case of, oh, that links to this one.
I'm
It's not
looking
even
forward to
part
it
of
coming
this.
out. I'm looking forward to people playing it. I think it's £10 too expensive, but we'll see.
I will put money on that once you play it multiplayer,
Yeah.
you're going to be like,
Oh, I have no
fuck
doubt.
me, Dan, that actually,
I
this is
think
really good.
especially you
Especially
will-
if we can
will-
I
get
have
the four,
no
if
doubt
we
I'll
can
have
get four
fun
of us on
multiplayer,
it.
but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm talking like weeks of fun multiplayer. I think
I think
week.
I think
years
it-
of fun.
I think, yeah.
I think a week of fun.
I
multiplayer.
think that is something you could.
Well, you're
almost
never
go back
online,
to.
so you won't be
You,
playing.
yeah. So it'd be me, you, and my little brother.
yeah.
Right.
Come on, I'll
Yeah.
play it if someone buys it for me.
Keys for that.
I hope so.
And the final piece of news this week is West of Loathing, the game that you really like the look of. The Stickman
Yes, yeah, cute.
Western
Yeah, I want
game
that.
thingy. It's coming, releasing on the Switch, first on the Switch, on the 31st
okay, cool.
of 31st of May.
Jeez, that's
So-
really
When's
soon.
it releasing
That's
elsewhere?
Thursday?
Don't know.
No word
yeah,
yet.
next Thursday it's releasing on Nintendo Switch. And it is coming to other consoles. So it's available now on PC. It kind of got lost in the mist of Steam on PC as indie games do.
Yeah.
Last year, Switch would be the perfect place for it to kind of go, here it is, and get some hype going for
Get
it.
some actual.
Then probably
to stand
2,
high
3, 4 weeks later, maybe they'll go. It's now on PS4 and Xbox One.
on. When I'll play it, hopefully.
And that wraps up our news.
Surprised you didn't mention. Whoa, thinking.
Oh,
Total
oh no,
Biscuit.
no, it would be gone by that point.
I suppose you didn't mention.
Yeah,
Total
it's
Biscuit.
Total Biscuit.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's dead.
He's
Isn't he?
dead.
He died.
Yeah.
That's very surprising news. I was not
Is it
expecting that.
surprising? Because
He was in remission though, and he retired.
No, he'd been back on and said basically he was in remission,
Oh, I
but
didn't know
everything had gone south again, and
Oh.
you know, he appreciated everyone's support and he was going to work during it and all of that lot and do what he can.
Sad
And
stuff.
yeah.
He was big in the indie game scene. I was.
Yeah.
I actually I'm not a massive fan of a lot of the YouTubers, but I actually quite like Total Biscuit.
I used to watch him loads. I used to watch all the Game Station podcasts back in
Yes,
the day.
back in the day, the
Jesse
old-
Cox and Dodger.
Yeah, not a massive fan of Dodger.
She's not really that great.
No.
I'm sure she's nice enough and everything, but she's just like as an entertainer.
But I think let's go back on Total Biscuit. Yeah, I think it's a sad thing, especially if he's 33.
33 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That is, yeah.
Outlived him by 5 years.
You did it,
Nice.
mate. That was
Did
your
it,
goal.
man. I fucking did it. Everyone doubted me. Everyone doubted me, but I'm still here.
Now you can take the cynical Brit name. You've been
Cool.
jockeying for
Should we
position.
go on to the main topic?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
go on to the main topic. Okay, so the final section is going to be an email sent to us by Mark. He didn't send his surname, and he didn't tell us actually the channel that he's working on, because
Oh.
Mark's email is all about from what he says in the email, I'll go into in a minute. I think he's been watching us from around about Christmas time.
Okay.
He likes what we do. He listens to the podcast each week. I think I know who he is by someone who comments on the podcast quite a lot.
They always like fucking hate you guys. Bunch
Yeah,
of dickheads.
yeah,
loads of really
that
ugly,
Tom
stuff like
Dick. But I think I know who you are, Mark. But if you hopefully you're watching now, because you say you watch it each week anyway. So here's your test. Are you watching?
Yeah.
And also you haven't given me permission to say it's out on thingy, so and you won't give him the surname, so it's fine. We're just gonna go with it. But basically, Mark asked for some help. He's always wanted to do something to do with gaming. Now's more than any times one of the easiest times to get involved with it, isn't it? You can upload stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Obviously, the issue with that is that you don't actually get any monetary from YouTube until you're up to 1,000.
You are not going to earn any money at all for ages.
For a long time on YouTube, unless you jump on what a lot of the things do, find the next big game, put a combination of clips together, throw it out there. Like that's
Exactly,
a
literally.
very good way of doing things. But if you want to make legitimate original content that you want to do, and fair play to you for wanting to do that, and
luck.
we're trying to help out where we can. So I'll read Mark's email,
Yeah.
and then we're going to kind of discuss it really, because you've been doing content creating for a little while, haven't you?
Yeah.
You are still waiting to do it.
That's right.
No, you do writing stuff, don't you?
I've done written content.
Yeah,
I've not done
and you
anything else,
review,
though.
but-
I did
but
a
you
little bit of
review-
voice stuff.
you
like
review
last
games
year,
and-
but-
yeah.
Did some voice stuff.
But it was
So anyway, Mark,
so bad.
Mark says, "Hi guys, thanks for the weekly podcast. I really enjoy how you keep us up to date with the latest indie game news and goings on. I'm actually contacting you for advice. I've recently started a gaming channel focusing around mostly Let's Plays. I've noticed how well you guys have done since Christmas and wondered if you could share some tips. I'll only be posting on YouTube. Are there any tips you could give to help me start out? I really struggle with voicing videos. Is this normal? I'm also worried that I'll talk about the wrong thing in a game. Anyway, thanks again for the podcast and any help you can provide, Mark." So first off, yes, voice acting is probably the hardest thing.
Sucks.
Not acting, but voiceovers are
Yeah.
so hard.
I mean, I did that one thing last year, and I recorded it at home in my bedroom, and I came out of it after about like an hour and a half. For like, how long's the video? Like 3 minutes.
Yes, yeah.
And my girlfriend was just like, "What the fuck were you doing in there?" Because all I was doing was shouting, and I came out like red because I was getting so angry at how bad I was. Because I'd be doing this same line for ages, and it's be like, "Fuck's sake!" Like trying to get this stupid line out. And I talk every day.
Yeah.
Most of my life I talk. But for some reason,
I think it's-
when you're recording it,
I think
you
it's
can't talk.
Fair to say, the best person doing voiceovers here is Dan by a mile.
Yeah.
Dan is the
like
best
a
at voiceovers.
gradient.
I'm
gradient
gradient
voice
of voice
If you look
acting.
at, we done it a little while ago when I think we were waiting for you to get here, and we went back and looked at one of my reviews from only about 6 months ago,
But it was like one of the early ones.
and it
Yeah.
was bad.
It was not good.
Well, isn't bad? I said okay. Is it okay? I said like certain words a lot. It was very scripted. It literally felt like I had a piece of paper here and was just reading down it.
It's really difficult to not sound that way when it's scripted.
And then you watch now, and I feel like I'm still got elements of that, but I feel like I'm actually getting away from it. And it's because So a tip for me is do it as if you're talking to someone. That's what I now do, and I'm very elaborate with my hands when I'm doing it. So I have a microphone here, as if I'm talking to someone. So if I was to do the review thing, it would be like blah blah blah,
like gesturing.
And loads of this going on.
Yeah,
and then quite loud, but as if I almost picture someone's there and I'm actually saying it to them. What do you do, Dan? Because you are by far the best at the voiceovers.
Well, I'm just amazing.
well, there you go.
Some people have just got it.
Some
You
people
haven't,
do.
Mark.
There are actually some quite simple things you can do, which will help you get that tone across that you want to put across. One, when you're writing, and you will write. First of all, do write a script.
Yeah.
Right, when you're doing it. If you're just doing a let's play and talking along to it, that's
Obviously
slightly
don't
different.
write a script then at all.
But if you're reviewing and doing it that way, do write a script. But one of the big things is write how you talk.
Yeah.
So if you're writing something down and it's very much, well, I was dithering through the yard and I saw upon the maiden's breast a beautiful. That's not how you speak. Well, unless you're Tom, then that's how you talk. Try and write how you talk. And one of the really good ways of doing that is don't write first. I'm dyslexic, so I have problems with writing. So I talk my review into something first, and then I'll write it.
I do that in the bath. So before I write a review out, I sit in the bath and I talk about it to myself.
And this is a
Go
great
over
way of
lines
doing
in my
it
head.
Oh, wow, I don't
because
know
you will hear what your voice is
Then
doing.
beat one off. I mean.
You've got to in the bath. It's
Yeah.
one of the best ones you could have.
And then you got to dodge it when it's in water.
The two-handed shuffle. Shit, get
It's
out.
like a scene from Caddyshack. Anyway,
Yeah, fucking brilliant. Is talk it out and then you'll hear it back to yourself. When you are recording, do exactly what Lewis was saying. Gesticulate. If you talk with your hands, I do
that's the word,
a lot.
gesticulate.
Yeah.
I know all the long words. You see.
I knew it,
Use
but
your
I didn't
hands.
wanna
Move the
make it
mic a
sound
little bit
dumb.
further away and use your hands as you do it
late.
because this is a natural way of talking for you. And one of the things you want to be able to do is sound natural. So use your hands. Do that. Another thing is smile. It's the weirdest thing ever.
But you
A
don't smile
can
anyway.
bring you near.
So how do you manage
I
that?
smile all the time.
I don't ever see
just
you smile.
inside while my face is stone cold anger. But by smiling, you actually change how your vocal cords are stretched and are using. If it's going through a smile, you will get that pitch to it. Also, avoid being monotone. One of Lewis's first faults with all of it, when he first started doing it, it was at one tone. This game is really great, and I really enjoy what's going on. I've seen all these different bits happening. Can you see? And it is a single tone. Now, Lewis is a teacher, so he knows damn well that when you want to get kids involved and talk about it, you've got to change your pitch. You can't be staying at that one tone. You've got to change the pitch, and this is a basic thing.
Especially Mark being
Lewis
like,
should know that
I like
as a
this
teacher.
game, and it's really good.
I've just seen these things down here. But even like that, people are going to listen because you can't help it. You are attracted to it. You will sit through a video of someone with their voice breaking and going down because you're like, what the fuck's going on? Whereas someone who is monotone all the way through, even if you really love the game, but you stick
off,
at that one, you turn off, you think this game's boring, I'm not going to do it. Also, if you're into gaming and you have a passion for it, it's going to be easy.
I
Because
lose
you
my
can
passion
put that
the second
passion
I
through
have
it.
to do the line for my 87th time, though. That's when I lose the passion.
Also, don't do lines 87 times.
Look, honestly,
Just go for it. If you make a mistake, leave it in there.
Yeah.
I
And then
can't explain how bad it sounds.
edits it out post.
I was editing as I was doing it. Because my audio clip wasn't one long thing. It was like little, few seconds long.
That's what I used to do when I first started.
Just let the stream go.
Yeah.
You make a mistake,
Did you
just
stop
do it
me every
again.
time you made a mistake?
Most of the time.
See, that's
Not
what I
every
used to
time.
do. That's what I used to. And then just one long thing. And when you make a mistake, just take a pause.
And then go back, and then say it again, and then edit it together in Audacity or whatever.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
I've always been that. Even when I talk to people, if I flub, often I will stop in my tracks. I'm just like, and then I'll recompose.
So then the other bit is one of the things that they tell actors and people on stage is if you make a mistake, don't stop. Keep going. Because most people
Never a
won't
good
notice.
No.
They won't notice. They have
And
no
something
idea.
you think is really bad, like I often do a piece of voiceover work for Indecredible, and I'll do it and then I'll be like, oh, that just doesn't sound right. I'll put it out there. No one will ever even notice it's a thing. Just you being overly critical of yourself.
Yeah.
But you have to put, and I mean this, you have to put the crap out to get to the good stuff. Like, the only way you're going to improve Mark, is by putting stuff out there that you're not happy with, because you're not going to get good overnight. Like, our YouTube's been live now for just over a year. And only now do I feel comfortable doing voiceover stuff. And I've been doing 2 or 3 pieces of voiceover every week. And it's only now that I feel like I can sit down and get something out and it sounds okay. Yeah, I've still got a lot to do.
It's all
that I
repetition.
like it.
Even like the podcast and stuff. Like when I first started doing that, I hate it. Hate it every second of it because it's weird. It's a weird thing to do.
It is very odd.
Because it's like a normal conversation, but it's not.
Well, we've got to find out if we get a live podcast.
Oh god! Wow.
When we do ejects.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
That is going to be awful.
It's gonna be
Because
terrifying.
when we took the step to being on video, that was a big leap for me.
Yeah.
I've already thought of
Now
ideas.
doing it for, oh god.
I've actually already thought of ideas.
But
It's going to be like 2 people.
before we get into that, so we can do this, one of the things you've also got to recognise and understand is you will never like the sound of your own voice.
No.
I hate the sound of my own voice.
I hate the sound of his voice too.
It's awful. and you will never like it. It doesn't matter how many times you sit there,
It's true,
especially when
yeah.
you edit your own voice. If you're sitting there and listening and going through, you will hear every
Yeah.
breath you take, every single thing you do will
step you
wind
take.
the fuck out of you.
It'll
And
miss
then,
you.
yeah, Lewis does miss me on a regular basis.
One thing I will say, and this is going off the voice-over stuff
Yeah.
now, and this is to do with more with, I suppose mindset is the best way of putting it, and that is, it can be very demoralising when you first start out, let's say you do a Let's Play, and you're doing a Let's Play series, you play the game, you play for 2 hours, you only get half hours video content out of that, that's fine, you edit it down, you put it out there, you keep checking it every day, you check it over the week, at the end of the week, you've got 10 views. Now, you can very much think like, well, I've put in 6-7 hours work to get this, what's the point? And I thought that many a times. And I still think it sometimes now when I release a video that I've put so much effort in. I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning to get out on the embargo time, and it gets up 100 views, which for us is like low now, really. We want to get more.
Yeah.
But then there was a time when I dreamed of getting 100 views on the video. And now the fact that 100 views, I see that as low. All I'm saying is, if you stick with it, the views will come, because your content will improve, your confidence will improve, your channel will improve, and then with that will come the views.
I also want to add to that, if you're doing it for the views, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're putting out content because you're like, I want to get 1,000 views and 100 followers, don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean,
But
It's not worth
as a
it.
statistic, it
Statistic.
can be demoralising. Do you not agree? Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
But then that goes back to it will be demoralising if your only goal is to have lots of views and do that. Don't do it. Have a passion for something and want to tell people about it. I put out that board game thing every week. I don't do that for views. I don't do that because it's going to make me money, because it doesn't. I make
No one likes
absolutely
board
no
games.
money from that. And no one likes board games, according to Tom. Though me and Lewis are about to go to an expo that will
That
prove
is
you
true.
wrong.
You are, yeah.
But do it because you love the thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
You want to do videos about computer games, do it because you love video
I
games.
think especially
Don't do it because you're doing views.
with Let's Plays.
Yeah.
They're only ever good if the person doing it is having fun.
passionate.
Yeah.
If
And is
you're
passionate
not
about
having
it.
a fun doing it,
Don't do
doing
it.
it, then it's going to be shit. And I was
You
going to
wonder
watch
why?
it.
You wonder why Markiplier and all that lot are so big? It's because when they do it, people enjoy watching them because they're so into the game.
Yeah.
Like they're so
They're
engrossed.
having a
in
good
it.
time.
Yeah, and I think
People
good,
like seeing people having fun.
good luck as well, mate. Like honestly, good luck with it, and stick with it,
Yeah.
because it's not easy and it's tough, and don't chew off more than you can. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
And
Because
don't chew off more than you can
Yeah.
bite, because that's the
Maybe
real.
one day you'll reach the dizzying
I am-
heights of Indecredible.
Because I am, like I said, a year ago we started this, and in fact we are 2 subs now off 900, which is in a year I'm quite happy with. I think we've done
Not
really
bad.
well.
Pretty good growth.
And yeah, it's like I said, it is hard, and there is a lot of work to it, but only do what you can fit in, because you will get stressed. I get stressed sometimes now because I'm an idiot, and I get an email saying, "Can you do this game? Can you do this game? Can you do this game?" And I'm like, yeah,
Always
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. And then all of a sudden Sarah's like, "You look pretty stressed." I'm like, "I've got 4 games to review in 4 days." She's like, "Why did you do it?" And I'm like, I just did.
I can't say no
I
to
just
3
did.
games.
Look at the board. He's got It's clear.
It's still
yeah.
got for the king
Oh,
over
yeah,
in the
that's
corner.
one of them,
That's going to be there forever.
Don't. It's like I feel so bad on the little baby. It's just like I'm so sorry. But yeah, no. Good luck with it, Mark. And please do let us know what the channel is.
Yeah.
Because we'll share it on here happily. Like we'll talk about it, and also we can drop you a sub and watch what you're doing. If it's crap, we'll unsub. But hopefully it's not crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do
That's
indie games.
Another bit of advice: don't be
Do
crap.
indie games.
Yeah. Do indie games start with because you can. Let's Play. There's no point trying to compete with the big guys on Let's Plays because they'll get the games early and they'll have 4 or 5 episodes out before
And they'll
you
get
even get
free
the game.
shit as well.
Exactly. Start with the games because there are companies out there, and I promise you now, and I'm without going into areas we shouldn't go.
Yeah.
Companies when we had no YouTube channel, we had no one looking at the website, gave us games.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we want our game out there, and writing that email for the first time to ask for code is hard because you'll feel like you're ripping someone off.
Yeah.
And it is weird. But now it's okay because we've got that relationship with them. I email someone. I've had 10, 15, 20 emails with them over the last 18 months. So I kind of that weird relationship. We've never actually seen the person, but you feel like you know them.
Business awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And asking for your first game's hard, but choose one that you like the look of and choose one that is grounded, one that you think actually you could get this. And just say to them in the email what your ambitions are. This is my ambitions. I want to do a Let's Play series with this game. It will be this many episodes. I'll be releasing this week. Be completely honest with them from the start. And then I guarantee you they'll reply with a code or without a code. But good luck with
Even if it doesn't, with indie games, they're usually quite cheap anyway. So
Well, not just that. If you keep getting back in touch, so you don't get the first code, but you do the series, then you get back in touch and say, "Look, I put this
you've
out."
always
and then
share
be
your
like,
content
"Thank you."
with them.
you've done.
Always get in touch with
I still do it
everything
now.
you've done.
Even Dungeon Rushers, Goblin Studios, I gave the game a 3.5. I've emailed them the review. I do it to all of our reviews. I emailed them saying, "Here's the game. Basically, very sorry you didn't like it. Very sorry if you're not happy with the score. Please read the review to find out why I don't like it. Any more questions, please get back in touch." Because I want them to see that we have covered the game. We have put it out there.
Yeah.
Even bad publicity is good publicity in some respect.
Publicity is publicity. They need the name out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also shows that we're not whores if it's shown that we do review. If you don't like a game,
No.
you don't like a game.
Whoa, calm down, mate.
Well, that's the
I'm
whole
on
thing
that
with.
street corner every night.
That's the whole thing. Do you remember Killing
Well, that's
Floor?
different.
Yes.
Killing Floor 2.
Yeah,
Killing Floor 2,
yeah,
they got in
yeah.
trouble, didn't they? Because their developers who were self-publishing basically got caught out because they sent emails saying we will give you review codes if you promise to not score it below a certain amount.
Yeah, but that blew up.
And
was
people
the
were
fact
like-
that so many companies were doing that.
Yeah. Couple people were like, smaller people were like, hell yeah, right. But then other people were like, fuck no. Like, can you imagine if I sent an email to Dan? Fucking hell, he metaphorically punched him in the. Yeah, that's going to wrap up the Indie Cradle Podcast, episode 46. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Yeah,
46.
4 left until the big 5-0, where we will be having some Patreon exclusive content. You can get your eyes and ears on that for $1. You can also get your eyes and ears on our exclusive pre and post show content for just $1. Available
for you, man.
Available over on Patreon right now. You've already watched it, you go over there, just watch the beginning or listen to the beginning and the end. It's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes a week, and it's not always indie game stuff. We just talk about literally anything and everything.
Literally.
But the
It's kind of a mess, really.
patrons, the patrons are here, Dan, not you, Dan.
I'm down.
Trev and Brian actually seem to quite like the pre and post show content, and they often comment on
they?
that. Well, they often comment on
What is
Patreon.
wrong with that?
They often comment on Patreon about the content. Although Brian's last one wasn't about the content, it was about he was laughing the fact that I said that Jonathan Creek was way ahead of its time. But yeah, no, that has been the Indie Cradle Podcast, guys. We're off now to record the Not So Indie Show episode 5, which is a kind of E3 special.
Yeah.
And if you want to listen to that, if you want to listen to that, then it's going to cost you $3 for video, $1 for audio, and again, that's available over on
Easy
Patreon.
dollar.
Indeed. Thank you so much again for watching. Names going across are our lovely Big Boys Club.
Big
and
Boys
Casual
Club.
I have been Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody. Tom is to my left, and you can find him at Trick and Profit. And Dan is to my right, and you can find him at The Dice Bear or The Dice Bear just about
Just
anywhere.
put it in Google.
Even on Pornhub. And
Or coming soon to Pornhub.
coming
Coming.
soon to Pornhub.
Hey!
Hey, spelled with a U. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
How long's left on the bottom?
Waved. For audio descriptive.
Let's go
11
straight in.
minutes.
Let's go straight in. I always say I'll be done by 8:30.
Still make it.
Hey, Patreon guys.
How are we doing, patrons?
Big boys.
Yeah.
We really need to have you guys ask us some questions for this bit.
Yeah, you dickheads.
So send. Okay, Tom is amazingly aggressive to our patrons.
I
for
feel
some
like I
reason.
need to get a quota in every time.
I'm trying to
of
figure out
insulting them.
why you're so aggressive to them.
Oh, it's like, you know, my friends, aren't they? So, you know.
Oh, is this banter?
It's,
Lads,
it's like, oh, you fucking dickheads. And they're like, oh, Tommy, you cunt. You see what I'm
I think they call it bullying, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
My friends are...
No.
your friend said, oh my god, he's reevaluating his life. So, for you guys, for our Patreon lovelies,
The big boys.
in 4 episodes' time, you're going to have an AMA.
Yeah.
So
But
make
each of us.
sure you get that shit in.
Each of
Holy
us.
shit.
So you need one each. So questions, 3 questions for each person. But so send in 3 each.
As
and then,
many as you fucking want, mate. I think
Okay.
5 minutes. You as many questions as you want, but we got
Alright.
5 minutes to
Yeah?
answer it.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, go on.
Right, but go for it, and I promise I will answer honestly.
that'll be
I
available
will
for.
also.
That's going to Patreon for
Yeah.
a month early,
Ask
and then
me
after a month it'll
anything.
go on YouTube.
Well, I thought that was just for our patrons. I'm not happy for AMAs to go out to
Okay,
anyone other than
just
people
patrons.
who paid.
Just patrons.
Yeah,
Just pay. That'll be on the post show. Appreciate it.
yeah.
I'll keep ours on
Appreciate it.
Patreon. You can go up to YouTube.
No, I won't do it then, mate.
I'm joking.
I'm willing to do it for you, you lot, the big boys. The
big boys.
big boys.
Are you happy
Big
for
boys.
it to be $1? Patreon.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'm not happy for it to just go out general public.
Okay, $1 Patreon.
Because otherwise, fuck them. Lazy cunts should be out there paying us some money. They're not going to get to know about me
It's like no
or
money.
Tom. Everyone knows about you. You just hang your washing everywhere. But
We have dark secrets.
I have many, many dark secrets. There's a reason my
Please
real
ask
name
Dan
isn't
a
used
lot of
anywhere.
questions.
I might just put in my own questions.
From
That's
Brian.
Brian and
That's not
Trev.
fair, man.
Brian and Trev will be watching going,
I don't remember
Going-
asking
going-
that. It's like,
Brian's a dark fucker. Brian's thinking, that Trev's weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm just gonna
I'll
say
never
anonymous
know.
Patreon. Yeah.
and this
Oh,
is
fuck.
from another patron.
Yeah.
oh, and by the way, make them specific. Don't just go, tell me about something bad you did in your childhood, because we could be here for days with Lewis. So we really need...
I was a good boy, so I didn't do anything bad.
Yeah, get him to show you pictures of him as a teenager.
Ah, come on.
He looks like a shit version from Jay from The In-Betweeners.
I do.
He does,
I do.
yeah, actually, I hadn't thought of that.
See, this
Fuck
is the
yeah.
thing, right? That is a genuine thing that me and my friends had. Like, we always thought that I looked with the hair and everything.
Yeah.
The J hair, but
No, he
I
was
was
cool.
100% Will.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
like we talked about it. I even my friend
I
Sean
can believe that.
was so Neil as well. He's like he was tall, lanky, he had a vacant look, and he was an idiot.
Yeah, but he was getting it everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Left, right,
Yes,
centre.
he was.
Yeah, them
Thank you
white
very
curtains.
much.
Yeah, he was getting mad puss, like honestly, as a boy.
Well, that picture you saw of me earlier, I'd been playing guitar for a little while by that point,
you
so I was
definitely,
getting it.
yeah. You were strumming other things.
Oh,
The one you saw of me was when I was snowboard instructing. That was me out in...
It's, you look like 16, 17.
you
though.
do
If you look-
look 16, 17
If you look
year old.
careful, if I shave my beard off now, I look so much younger still. Like, I actually
Never
have
seen
quite
you
a
shave.
baby face.
That's why he has a beard all
That's
the
why I have
time.
a beard.
Ah.
And if
do
you
it
look
to hide
carefully in
the
that
acne.
picture,
I do it to hide the many chins.
if you
Ah.
look carefully in that picture, there's a lot of porno posters up on the background.
All I noticed was the
lived in
like,
a-
CRT in the background. I was like,
Yeah.
We lived in a little apartment in France, and there was 4 lads that lived in the apartment. It was a
So just pouring
fucking-
I bet
everywhere.
that was a stinky mess.
and it was
Yeah.
the whole apartment was open plan. There wasn't any rooms, so there was a bed in the corner,
That
then
is
there was
grim.
a
I don't want to
kitchen,
hear about this.
then there was a bathroom that wasn't open plan, obviously, and then there was
Oh.
2 bunk beds.
The bathroom then.
Oh, God.
That was a hot zone, surely.
It was a pod. It was weird. The weirdest bathroom ever. It was like a pod. It was like the whole thing was a circle inside there. But it was like, yeah. So like the bath was built into the circular wall, and the bath wasn't a full like this. It was like it come in like that. It was
Oh,
so
was it
weird.
like one of those
That
weird
is
sitting
strange.
It
ones?
was like the whole room was a circle, like a cylinder.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, but the room's not cylinder. Why have you cut off? Why have you just lost half the spaces? I don't get it.
That's really weird.
It was awesome. It felt like you were in something like 2001 Space Odyssey.
In the
Yeah,
jacket.
You were
pretty
sat
cool.
in it like, this is awesome.
That's where you sat on the edge of the bath and just jerked off, yeah?
So, yeah, guys, you've got 4 episodes. You've got a month to get
That
these
was a
questions
good
into
part.
us.
Roll over and you see
Yeah,
it.
no, yeah, yeah. Try and find out, where Dan's really from. who he really is.
Well, we know where I'm really from. I'm from Nottingham.
And-
I lived in Milton Keynes.
Who you
I
gonna
say?
travelled around.
So you say.
I've travelled around a bit to different countries.
Mm.
I had to hide from the government.
Which government?
Ours.
Which one?
There are
Oh, I'm Russian, but everyone hides from the Russian government, right?
yes.
No.
Yes, comrade.
Yes. I must
we
go.
hide from the Russian government,
Dos
John.
Vidania, guys.
Being that AMA episode 50. That'd be cool.
Right here.
Yeah, special one.
Should we go now? Because we've got another podcast to call.
got a
Yeah,
whole
we're doing another podcast.
We are doing the episode 5 of the Not So Indie Show, and you guys will get that about Wednesday this week because it's all about our lead up to E3, our predictions of E3, and all that stuff.
Can I add a bit in for Brian,
Go.
who's
We
doing
do-
Memoirs to Geek?
We fucking forgot.
Can
to
I
add
have
it.
something in English that I can promote it with? Because I was thinking about doing it. I was like, I'll
What do
do
we-
that.
what's
Is it
it?
But
French?
it's in French Canadian, so my
worst
French is
kind
my
of
French my French is poor anyway,
Can I ask
and
a
then
really
you add French
stupid
Canadian.
question? Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
this might actually be a genuine stupid
Go on,
question.
go on.
Probably is, mate.
What the fuck is the difference between French Canadian and French?
Not much.
It's
Is it
kind
just French with a Canadian
No,
accent?
it's kind of like Geordie
Yeah.
and the South.
Ah, okay.
So the language is
is a word- what's the
technically
word?
the same.
But there's
Colloquial or
like
something?
little...
yeah, there's
yeah.
colloquialism between
so
the two
it's-
different ones, but
yeah.
there are differences that make them vastly different.
It is essentially the same language. Like, it's the same language.
But
it's,
the
they
use
have
of the
their
words are
own-
Like the
completely
whole,
Yeah.
why, hey, lass? Like that kind
And
of
we're
thing.
pet. We're just
guess
gonna
so,
go
yeah.
along and get
And
fucking
then-
hammered while looking at PG and Duncan on the telly. Bang a groove.
Like we,
The pain.
I feel like
the
I'm being
South.
smacked in the face.
in the South, if they said we, you'd be like, oh, I don't like it when English people use the French language.
Yeah.
I thought you meant we as in small words.
Oh, so you've gone Scottish.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all over the shop. We're going to record the Not So Indie Show episode 5 right now. Patrons, I know it's not been loads at the ends, but please get your AMA questions in to me on probably best emailing me podcast@indie-credible.com, or you can get a hold of me. I don't mind saying this one here, Lewis@indie-credible.com for patrons because.
And do exactly the same about the Memoirs to Geek, so that
All-
because I do want to promote it.
They're both very
I will
active
promote
on
everything
Twitter,
geek.
so DMs on Twitter are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And until next week, Patreons, thank you very much for watching. As always, thank you for your support.
See you later, guys.
See you, big boys.